Hi there, eighth grade. Today is October 10th, and I am just doing a quick review of the PowerPoint that is covering October 10th through the 11th. Today, our standard is going to be ELA 8R10. So by the end of the year, you should be able to read literary nonfiction. You're also determining types of informational texts as well as reviewing autobiographies, genres, and informational texts. And then the hot question is, what are the characteristics of an autobiography? So pause the video and go ahead and determine the correct definition of autobiography. Would it be A, an account of a person's life, B, an account of a person's life written by that person, C, an account of a friend's life, or D, a rendition of a life? So go ahead and pause and then try to answer. So it's B, it's an account of a person's life written by that person. That is the true autobiography. Auto meaning self. This unit, really, we're going to be covering all different types of informational texts, different genres. We're going to also review some background of Anne Frank and the historical timelines, just to keep things in perspective while you're reading her diaries. And then we're also going to possibly do a web quest, which is an informational text web-based assignment. So go ahead and pause and review the information, the informational texts. So common examples are newspapers, online articles, informational brochures, encyclopedias, scholarly journals, textbooks, event flyers, syllabi, how-to procedure books, and then biographies and autobiographies as well. So this is a timeline of Anne Frank's life. We can see that she was born in 1929, and something interesting that I did not know was that Anne Frank also lived her entire life with Adolf Hitler being uh, in control. He was also appointed the Chancellor of Germany. And there was currently at that time in 1933, just 2 or 3 years after Anne Frank was born, there was 566,000 Jews. And this kind of shows you the progression of how Nazis basically took over. And as of April 11th, 1933, it states that Nazis issued the definition of Aryan race, which is anyone descended from non-Aryan, especially Jewish, parents and grandparents. So again, here's more information about her timeline. The Gestapo was born in 1933 also. And as of the September 29th, the Nazis were prohibiting Jews for owning land. At June 12th, 1933, Anne turns 4, and the same summer, they decided to move to the Netherlands after Hitler comes into power and the anti-Jewish laws are placed. So she moved when she was quite young. So her entire life was spent with Nazi control and domination. So quick check. Why might it be important to review information and historical concepts before reading an informational text? Any informational text. So go ahead and pause, and I'm going to review. It might help you locate distant ancestors. B, it will help you locate important facts and features of the text. C, it will serve to familiarize you with the text. Or D, both B and C. So that's both B and C. It's going to help you locate important facts and features, as well as helping to serve you or to familiarize you with the text. Here's a cast of characters. Once again, you're welcome to pause the video if you need to. This is just a cast of characters. We have, of course, Anne Frank, Margot Frank, Otto, Edith, the main characters, and then we have Mr. Van Daan, who's also hiding in the annex along with the Franks. Peter is of particular note because Anne has a relationship with him and talks about it. But then we also have Albert Duzel, Mr. Kluger, Peter Schiff, the love of Anne's life from 6th grade, and she also writes a lot about Peter Peter Schiff, Peter Van Dan. And then finally, Hello, Silberg is a boy whom Anne has an innocent romantic relationship. And finally, Hanelli is a friend from school. So take a minute and read this. This is just a review of Anne's diary from July 8th, 1942. She talks about her sister being 16, but thank goodness she won't go away. Mommy said so herself. That must be why Daddy meant when he talked about us going into hiding. So she's discussing the first early days of hiding. Think about what type of survival skills you might need to go into hiding like Anne. Again, you can go ahead and pause and read. Describe what you think might happen to people when they're faced with such atrocities, such horrible things happening. How do people respond? And then our IXL for the day is BYP. It's reading and understanding informational passages. So try to work on one or two of those. And then certainly begin reading chapter 1. We have a quiz that was due last week. 3.02, and then begin writing that annex from a different point of view. And I had that for 10/7, but I changed it to today, so that I give you plenty of time to turn that short writing assignment in as well. Ticket out the door is a day came when I should have died, and after that nothing seemed very important. So I've stayed as I am without regret, separated from the normal human condition. This is from Guy Sazier, The Forgotten Soldier. How can we tell this is an autobiography? Would it be one, or A rather, it's written in first person and describes his perspective. B, it's written in third person perspective and tells the reader what he went through. C, it's written in third omniscient and relays his life, or D, we can't tell. It's going to be the first one. Typically, if it is an autobiography, it's written in the first person perspective, and you see a lot of the pronoun usage I. You'll see a lot of I's being used, me, and they're referring to themselves. All right, guys, I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll see you soon.